Quickbeam bowed like a tree bending in the wind and handed to Aragorn 2 great black keys of intricate shape, joined by a ring of steel. "Now I thank you once more," said Aragorn, "and I bid you farewell. May your forest grow again in peace. When this valley is filled, there is room and to spare west of the mountains, where once you walked long ago." Treebeard's face became sad. "Forests may grow," he said, "woods may spread, but not ents. There are no entings." "Yet maybe there is now more hope in your search," said Aragorn. "Lands will lie open to you eastward that have long been closed." But Treebeard shook his head and said, "It is far to go, and there are too many men there in these days. But I am forgetting my manners. Will you stay here and rest a while? And maybe there are some that would be pleased to pass through Fangorn Forest and so shorten their road home." He looked at Celeborn and Galadriel. But all save Legolas said that they must now take the leave and depart either south or west. "Come, Gimli," said Legolas. "Now by Fangorn's leave I will visit the deep places of the Entwood and see such trees as are nowhere else to be found in Middle-earth. You shall come with me and keep your word, and thus we will journey on together to our own lands in Mirkwood and beyond." To this Gimli agreed, though with no great delight it seemed. "Here then at last comes the ending of the Fellowship of the Ring," said Aragorn. "Yet I hope that ere long you will return to my land, and with the help that you promised." "We will come if our own lords allow it," said Gimli. "Well, farewell, my hobbits. You should come safe to your own homes now, and I shall not be kept awake for fear of your peril. We will send word when we may, and some of us may yet meet at times, but I fear that we shall not all be gathered together ever again." Then Treebeard said farewell to each of them in turn, and he bowed 3 times slowly and with great reverence to Celeborn and Galadriel. "It is long, long since we met by stock or by stone. Avanimar Vanimalian Nostari," he said. "It is sad that we should meet only thus at the ending, for the world is changing. I feel it in the water, I feel it in the earth, and I smell it in the air. I do not think we shall meet again." And Celeborn said, "I do not know, eldest." But Galadriel said, "Not in Middle-earth, nor until the lands that lie under the wave are lifted up again. Then in the willow meads of Tessarinan we may meet in the spring. Farewell." Last of all, Merry and Pippin said goodbye to the old Ent, and he grew gayer as he looked at them. "Well, my merry folk," he said, "will you drink another draught with me before you go?" "Indeed we will," they said, and he took them aside into the shade of one of the trees, and there they saw that a great stone jar had been set. And Treebeard filled 3 bowls, and they drank, and they saw his strange eyes looking at them over the rim of his bowl. take care," he said, "for you have already grown since I saw you last." And they laughed and drained their bowls. "Well, goodbye," he said, "and don't forget that if you hear any news of the Entwives in your land, you will send word to me." Then he waved his great hands to all the company and went off into the trees. The travellers now rode with more speed, and they made their way towards the Gap of Rohan, and Aragorn took leave of them, and at last close to that very place where Pippin had looked into the stone of Orthanc. The hobbits were grieved at this parting, for Aragorn had never failed them, and he had been their guide through many perils. "I wish we could have a stone that we could see all our friends in," said Pippin, "and that we could speak to them from far away." "Only one now remains that you could use," answered Aragorn, "for you would not wish to see what the stone of Minas Tirith would show you. But the Palantir of Orthanc the king will keep, to see what is passing in his realm and what his servants are doing. For do not forget, Peregrine Took, that you are a knight of Gondor, and I do not release you from your service. You are going now on leave, but I may recall you. And remember, dear friends of the Shire, that my realm lies also in the north, and I shall come there one day." Then Aragorn took leave of Celeborn and Galadriel, and the lady said to him, "Elfstone, through darkness you have come to your hope, and have now all your desire. Use well the days." But Celeborn said, "Kinsman, farewell. May your doom be other than mine, and your treasure remain with you to the end." With that they parted, and it was then the time of sunset. And when after a while they turned and looked back, they saw the King of the West sitting upon his horse, with his knights about him, and the falling sun shone upon them, and made all their harness to gleam like red gold, and the white mantle of Aragorn was turned to a flame. Then Aragorn took the green stone and held it up, and there came a green fire from his hand.